Hello, welcome to the Blunt Truth Knife Reviews, and I'm going to review and demonstrate the Camillus Heat, which is all smudged. Now for a quick tabletop, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it and a couple little pros and cons that I have, so I can get on to a demonstration of cutting cardboard and wood. The blade is 3.5 inches long, 3 3/8 of it is cutting edge, so it makes use of pretty much most of that 3.5. It's got a clip point, so it maintains a lot of the 3mm thickness right up to the tip. So you're going to have a really strong tip, making it pretty good at stabbing. I don't think of my knives as tactical, any of them, even though some of them definitely are only tactical. I don't want to use a knife against someone, so. But if you do think of it that way, this would be a good tactical shape. Good for stabbing, good for cutting. It's actually hollow ground on a wheel, but it almost looks like a flat grind. It's so wide. They use such a big wheel to grind it, and they came up so close to the spine that you can hardly tell that it's not a flat grind. So it'll function pretty much as a flat grind, which most people prefer, including myself. It has assist opening, torsion bar assist, so it's got a really strong torsion bar in there, and on one side as part of the liner. Really snaps out good. Real strong spring. I like that a lot. And of course, when the kick is on the open position, it forms a nice guard from your finger going up onto the blade. There is a little bit of jimping here in the plastic of the handle, but as others have said, it helps because it's ramped too, so it helps give you a grip, some purchase on the blade there. But there's better jimping on other knives for sure. They could have done a little better. One thing I really like is it's got a narrow handle this way. It's narrow. It's kind of squarish, making it so you can get a really good grip on a full-length handle all the way. You can get a really good grip on this, as opposed to, lots of other knives that you can't quite get your fingers all the way around. It gives you an awesome grip. I love that about it. It's to go right, it has AUS 8 steel. I didn't mention that, which is, most common quality steel. It's like the bottom of the quality pack, but it works. It holds an edge long enough and easy to sharpen. It's Camillus is out of business, but you can still get these on eBay, and I found this in a store, so they're available still. So I'm still going to review it. I'll try not to review knives that you can't get, which I do have several, so I'm not going to review them until last anyways. One thing I really like about this is the liner lock system. It has the bent over tab, like some cold steels have and stuff. They bent over the tab and put grooves in it, so it's flush with the handle. Right here, there's no rough edge digging into your finger when you grab this really hard. There's nothing there. It's nice. You don't even know the lock's there, and it's got just the right amount of tension to hold the blade out. Keep the lock engaged and push over easy enough to unlock it. It's perfect. The liner lock works perfectly, better than any liner lock I've ever used. And a downside is it's a little thick in your pocket. I gotta keep this moving fast because I gotta get some testing in here, some cutting. But it rides a little thick in your pocket, but I don't mind that. It's only a little bit thicker than other knives, average knives. These, as others have said, you can only mount it tip down, left or right, but tip down. And these little things do stick up out, and they ride up that high. It's going to sit that high in your pocket, so these are going to be up there. You can brush against them, but they're not they're not going to cut you open. I mean, if you wanted to, you could round that off with a file. That's not a problem for me, so I don't bother. Not a big deal there. It looks worse than it is. I don't like how this clip is ramped up like this, way up. I don't understand why they did that. It's too much. Now, if this wasn't a collector's item because Camillus is out of business, I'd take this off and flatten that out. But I'm not going to mess with it because it is, or will be, a collector's item. So it weighs 4 ounces, which is marginal for EDC. It's acceptable to me and most people. 4 ounces seems like okay. Heavier is too heavy, and the lighter is better if you're not compromising. Has a nice long blade, really good gripping. I really like this knife. I carry it a lot. I cycle it in my EDCs with other knives that I like a lot. I like it a lot. And let's get on with some cutting.